Hello, I'm Ariana. If you're new here on this channel, we break down makeup looks so you can upgrade your makeup skills bag. Today we're getting into this really classic eyeshadow look. Let's get into it. For eyeshadow primer, we're going in with the Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Cream Puff. This is a mini. She's so cute. I have a plethora of concealers, so I have never bought eyeshadow primer. I feel like they do the same thing, but if you have eyeshadow primer, do your thing. Go ahead and blend it out with my concealer brush. So we're basically just creating a nice even canvas and a lighter canvas than my natural skin tone so that these shades can really shine through. I like to do this when I am using color, but also when I am really just trying to get a lot of detail coming out of the look. And also this really makes your eyeshadow last longer and helps prevent fallout. Okay, we are nice and prepped. The palette that we're using today is the Tarte in Bloom palette. This palette is a beautiful natural palette, and this is like perfect for this look, for a nice natural looking cut crease. She is stunning. Let's use this palette for sultry glam and natural glam and soft glam. And the brush set that I'm using is the ColourPop Brush of an Eye brush set. Literally all of these brushes, it's all you need. So the first shade that we're going in with is going to be Activist, which is kind of like a really dark brown. So I'm going to put that dark brown in the outer corner and just kind of dab it on. I want most of the dark pigment to be concentrated toward the outer corner because this is kind of like a flared out wing eyeshadow look. So I'm literally just tapping on the pigment and going in a circular motion. And we're going to stop right there because when we blend it out, it's going to flare out a little bit more, and I don't want the whole entire area to be too dark. I'm going to clean off my brush with my color switch. This basically just takes off the pigment from the brush so that you can use the same brush with different colors. I highly recommend. And this is what allows me to use one eyeshadow brush set over and over again, and with minimal brushes and one really interesting, intricate look. So I cleaned off that same brush and I'm just going to lightly blend out the edges because I don't want this to blow out too far, but I do want to soften up the edges so I can blend in the next shade. I'm just kind of swiping with a really light hand and focusing on the outer edges of this little circle that we made. I'm going to kind of wing it out just a little bit. And now we're ready for the transition shade. Taking a slightly larger blending brush, and I'm going in with the shade Rebel. Lightly just swiping that into the crease area, and I'm taking it a little bit more toward the inner corner, and we're gonna stop at half of the eye. So the whole point of this look is to have a really nice dark flared out outer wing, and then a really beautiful light inner corner. So I'm just gonna pack this on and swipe the outer edges to make it nice and seamlessly blended. This shade is a little bit dark, so I don't want to take it up too far because that is how you get raccoon eyes. After I clean out the brush, I'm going to go back in with the same blending brush and I'm just going to buff out the edges to make it nice and blurred. The more you blend it out, the more surface it's going to cover, which is why I didn't want to take this dark brown shade too far out because the wing is going to create itself when we blend out the eyeshadow. So taking the same brush, I'm going in with Smarty Pants, which is kind of like a really light brown, which is perfect for the transition area. I'm going to put this in the crease area to create a contrast when we do cut the crease, and I'm going to take it along the entire upper area of the crease and also bring it toward the temple. Using a really light hand, I'm trying to swipe it on and blend it out at the same time. And trying not to bring it too close to the brow bone, because when we separate what's going on the lid with the brow bone, that's what's going to create a nice lifted shape and prevents you from looking like you have a black eye. I also like to blend the transition shade that's in the inner crease area into the beginning of the eyebrow because it kind of goes with your bone structure, and you can also blend it into your nose contour. That's just going to make the whole look like it's flowing with the rest of your face. Now I'm taking the shade Charmer and I'm going to place that right on my brow bone. I'm going to give us a nice matte highlight and separate the brow from the lid. Before we cut the crease, I'm going to go back in this inner corner and make it just a little bit darker. Again, I'm just kind of like tapping the pigment into this corner and kind of blending out the edges by creating like a circle. and diffusing and dispersing this dark brown. And then with a clean brush, I'm just going to blend out the edges because I want this to be as dark as possible. And when we do the entire look, it's going to kind of wash it out. So don't be afraid to go really dark with your eyeshadow, because when you have the entire look, and I'm talking about your full face and the eyeliner and the lashes, it's going to look less intense. You're happy with whatever's going on the outer corner, it's going to be time to cut the crease. So I'm taking that same Born This Way concealer on a mini concealer brush, really just going to focus on the inner corner. So this is going to be like less than half a cut crease. You're going to start with the inner corner and you're going to go above that crease line that you naturally have. And you're just going to take it 1/3 of the way. And then we're going to fill in the negative space on the lid. When I'm doing a half cut crease, I usually like to create a little tail or a little wing. With the concealer. So that's literally it. Just created a beautifully highlighted inner corner. Take a dome-shaped packer brush, which is a short, dense brush. And I'm going in with the same shade we used for the brow bone highlight. And basically just setting the concealer. Now I'm trying to stay within the lines. The smaller and shorter the brush, the easier it is to pack on the eyeshadow and keep it controlled. I'm switching to an angled brush to get this nice clean line. Just packing on that same shade and trying to make sure that we are not blurring anything and still trying to set that concealer. We've completely set that concealer. We're going to move on to the middle of the lid. And this is where the details come in that really make or break this look. Take that same packer brush and we're going in with that light transition shade that we put right above the crease, and I'm going to place that right in the middle of that white shade and this dark brown, and we are going to tap and blend these 3 shades together. I'm also going to try to stay away from the crease area with this shade so that we can still see that line that we created. Now switching to a blending brush, I'm going to go back in with the second to darkest shade, and I'm just going to blend this copper-ish shade with this dark brown by tapping. We're literally just focusing on the area where this shade meets this shade. Since we did go back in and add a little bit more of that dark brown, there is kind of like a little blotch of dark brown right here where the edges need to be blended out. So I'm going to take a clean little brush that we used to pack this on in like the literal beginning, and I'm just going to slightly and lightly, with like the slightest amount of pressure, just go over the outer edge of it to make it look nice and seamlessly blended with everything else that's going on out here. I'm going to take some concealer that is the same shade as my under eye area, and I'm going to put it on a concealer brush, and we're just going to go ahead and clean up this outer corner to make it nice and sharp. This is literally the secret to a sharp eyeshadow wing, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out. I'm going to take my concealer brush and just go over that one more time just to blend out the concealer on the bottom. And I will be going back in with my blush brush to fix this area. Now we're going to move on to eyeliner. So I'm taking the Tarte Double Take liner. This is like a pencil and liquid felt tip liner duo. And we are just going to create a wing. So I'm going to follow that line that we made and also follow the lower lash line and pretend it's like extended, and then just kind of fill it in. I like to also create a line pretending that the peak of the lid or the peak of the lash line is extending out, and then just connect those two. And then just line the entire lash line and make sure that the top is nice and smooth. So you can definitely stop here, but we're gonna go ahead and do an inner corner wing. So I like to pretend that the upper lash line is just extending and just kind of draw that out. And then again, make sure that this eyeliner line is nice and smooth. And then I just connect it with the lower lash line. Again, you can literally just stop here, add mascara, maybe some lashes, and this is a beautiful finished look. But we are going to go in with the lower lash line before I do that. So I'm going in with that dark brown that we used on the outer corner, and I'm literally just going to run it on the lower lash line. I'm using an angled brush because I don't want to take this dark shade too far down the lower lash line and into my under eye area. So I'm trying to use a small brush that controls where the eyeshadow is going. And I'm just going to kind of go over it a little bit just to blend it out. Now, something that takes this type of look to the next level of looking like your makeup is done is by using a light nude eyeliner in your waterline. So this is the Tarte Fake Awake eyeliner. I have been using this recently, and the way that my makeup looks and just my eye makeup is so different from using a dark brown or a black in your waterline. So I'm going to show you what both looks like. So we're just going to go ahead and line the waterline. This really opens up your eyes. And it makes such a difference. Oh my god, look at that. It looked like a doll. For mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Panorama mascara. So we're just going to go ahead and run this through the upper and the lower lash line. This is with the upper lash line done alone. If you like a bare lower lash line, this is kind of what it would look like. This is like the peak doll eye look. And then we're just going to go ahead and put a little bit on the lower lash line. And this is the look with mascara only. It is still so beautiful, and it's just giving classic. For lashes today, I'm using Lily Lashes in the style Soho. These have a stunning cat eye effect that is perfect for a look like this. So I'm going to go ahead and place the center first, then the outer corner, and then the inner corner. And then we squish. Fun fact, I actually wore these lashes on my wedding day. So this is the final look with the lashes and with the lower lash line done. Such a beautiful classic look that you can wear to a wedding or at your wedding. I feel like this shape of the eyeshadow just goes with literally everyone's eyes. But I am going to show you what it looks like with black liner in the waterline. And you can tell me which one you prefer. I literally forgot to record an outro, but this is the eyeshadow look with the black eyeliner on the lower lash line and the waterline. Let me know what you think. I think it depends on the occasion. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and leave a like down below. It really helps me out. Let me know if you have any other video suggestions you'd like to see from me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!